so much for joining us today as above, so below. So, I'm been getting busy. To each and every one of you guys, if this is your first time in my live, my name is Chief Apostle Samuel Jr. I'm the apostle and pastor of Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated, and my beliefs are deeply rooted in the ATRs. To each and every one of you guys, thank you so much for your continued support, and to all of you guys that have been chiming in and that have been a part of these platforms, and especially to my melanated people that are in E-File, Voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, Congo, Palo, Mystic, and Ajay that are practicing the ATRs. I I was on earlier, I was chiming in some things, but I'm in the cemetery right now. What's up, my Taurus in the house? Mwah, my first one in. I'm literally in the cemetery where I got crowned at, and I received. I'm at the back of the tomb of the actual spirit that I got. Is my principal spirit, presiding spirit. So and as my Fedifun Oya. The reason why I have my back to there, because that's something very, very personal. You never disclose your presiding spirits or your master spirits or spirits that are part of your initiation. And then I've given all 9 spirits offerings. I've done my thing before I kind of online, but I wanted to come on here to share a lot of information regarding why I teach the way that I teach. Why do I share the things that I share? Now, I'm crowned Mafedifun Oya Yanza. This is the literal cemetery that my ceremony took place with my Padrino and my Oba. This is where I had to come back to a couple times. And what's up, Mama Susan? What's up, Crab Cakes? Why is this important, and why? Well, first of all, to all of you that don't know, I'm on vacation this week, so I've been running from one graveyard to the next graveyard, and since I was down here celebrating my Padrino's birthday, I'm in Tampa area. Like, why would I not come to the graveyard? And my back is actually against the tomb of the individual. You can see my Egun stick right there, that of the tomb of the person one of the spirits that I received out here. And I am going to reiterate, you never share. The only people that should know your principal spirit, should be your Padrino or your Yaya, your Mumbo, or who. I mean, depending on what your ATR is, because they're gonna know, because they initiated you. That's like trying to keep your certain secrets away from your mother that birthed you in the world, or your father that had something that, it just, some things that they're only a small circle of people that have that information. What's up, Demetrius? And so this graveyard work that I'm doing is very significant, because it's a part of my crowning. It's a part of the actual spirits. And I basically want to come out here and just to really thank them for how they have been protecting me and assisting me in the things that I have been doing. And I wanted to do this particular video because y'all know I say as above, so below. Now, I do not teach my personal beliefs or my practices. I'm going to say this again. I do not teach my personal beliefs or practices. But universal laws apply to each and every one of you and every one of us. It doesn't matter if you're in Christianity, out of Christianity, whether you don't want to deal with the church world anymore. I have been sharing so much information over a period of time. And the reason being is because I feel, and I have also witnessed, melanated people getting a very raw end of the deal, and melanated people paying for stuff that has not been empowered, done correctly, or at the end of the day, nothing to it. All right, but they've been spending money just like everybody else, right? So one of the things that I do, because I am a part of this community in Lukumi and as a Santero, and even the Palo community, I want you guys to understand the significance of why I share certain information. If I bring it up, it's a reason. I'm not gonna give you things that are not relevant to your spiritual growth. I'm not gonna discuss subject matters that don't move the needle. There are some things that people talk about that it don't matter either way. I'm not that person. If I'm bringing up something to you, or I'm sharing certain things to you, especially when it comes to real magic and returning back to your roots, and because this is Mars energy, the actions that I take, and my subject today, this afternoon, has a lot to do with being misguided and having unrealistic expectations of people, especially if you are African American trying to get into the ATRs or participating in ATRs. Let me share something with you. Nobody's gonna hold your hand through these spiritual streets. I'm gonna say it again. Maybe you didn't hear me the first time. Nobody is going to hold your hand through these spiritual streets. First of all, it's too dangerous to be holding people's hand in the first place through these spiritual streets. And let me explain myself to you. My padrino, my Oba, my madrina, and anybody up elder don't have to tell me to pay homage to my principal spirit. Nobody has to tell me to venerate the 9 spirits that I received from the center. My padrino never told me, oh God, son, you need to go and do this. There are certain things, just like I know universally, that goes with my own egun, with my own ancestors, that when you receive something from your ceremonies, you have to take it upon yourself to also honor them and to venerate them. There's a lot of people that are in these spiritual streets, and they're in different ranges of black arts and ATRs, that they're expecting people to hold their hand. Even with a tutorer, it costs. Even with a coach, it costs. Even with somebody that is training you, it costs. The reason why I said some things, if you're taking my teaching, you need to take the initiative for your own spiritual cleaning, your own protection. There's tools that I have given out, and I watch people, and I'm going to say it again, slow walk their own prosperity, slow walk their own healing, slow walk their own defense, all because you need somebody to tell you to take it up a notch. You need somebody to tell you to level up. You need somebody to tell you that you got to sow more or give more, or you need to be in alignment. Some things, guys and girls, nobody has to tell you. I'm just being honest with you. I don't need my padrino to hold my hand. Show me what I need to do, but some things are common sense, especially when you're doing the things that you're doing. And especially when you, especially myself as being an elder, a leader. So why would he have to tell me, or my Oba, or my madrina have to tell me that I need to venerate and I need to pay homage to the spirits, the 9 spirits of this cemetery? And also I pay homage to the head spirits of this cemetery. I'm going to do crossroad work before I leave here, because this is what y'all are supporting. When you get graveyard work from me, these spirits are a part of that work. Like some of y'all have no idea of how skilled and how well protected I am, and I share my Ache. All y'all don't know it. That's power. That's energy. That's frequency. That's vibration. And I was telling you guys earlier about African science. Now, I do not venerate these spirits above my egun, but I venerate them. I'm going to say that again. These spirits are, in this particular cemetery, are predominantly Latin, Spanish descent. I'm going to say it again. I do not venerate anything above my African diaspora. But I venerate these spirits because I came into covenant with them and they agreed to work with me. And I showed them love, I showed them respect, and I showed them that I appreciate their assistance and their support in what I'm doing. Somebody don't have to be of your ethnic background to be a part of your spiritual court. Neither do they have to speak your language, because I still don't speak Spanish that well. But every time that I'm doing my work, these spirits show up, all 9 of them, especially this one that my back is against her tomb. I've said this before. I have, out of this cemetery, I have 8 female spirits, and I have only 1 male spirit. I already attended to him, but I have predominantly female spirits. And that's even in Ultra, that's Apollo. Apollo, the same thing. I predominantly have female spirits. Do I have male spirits? Absolutely. But predominantly, I've said this over and over again. And why does this matter? Is because even with information, even with people being informed, they still feel like somebody has to hold their hand. And when y'all get involved with other people of other ethnic backgrounds and languages that you do not speak, let me tell y'all this. All these people want to hear is about a conjure. This is why I always win my battles. Because I know that average person, they're not going to do their homework. When I talk about real life, real conjure, you sowing seeds, you doing all that, that's not about me making money. That's about me understanding where you need to get and that you're egoons. Because you're not where I am. And the easiest way to elevate your ancestors is to receive the Ache from another initiate. Like, make it make sense. The easiest way to get an Ache or energy or frequency in your life is by pouring into somebody that already carries that particular energy, frequency, and vibration. I don't care if you're in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, Congo, Palo, or Christianity. You understand? That's why we go to a bank, because a bank represents money. That's why we go to the hospital, because it represents healing. That's why we go to the crossroad, because it represents direction. You understand? Every energy, every person, every vibration. I was telling them, like, with my Padrino, the mere fact, just like I do my elders in the church world and my former pastors and stuff like that, it was never about them. It's the office they held. I treat my Padrino, whether we fully agree with things or don't agree with things, I was a blessing to him because of the office that he holds of Obatala. That is what I was born out of, and also in Ocha, and that's what I was born out of even in Palo. It's Tim Latira, which is a representation of Obatala. So the earth is the Lord. That's why Psalm 24 means so much to me. The earth is the Lord, the fullness thereof. And these are the things that I try to share with melanated people that don't do this full time, that don't live this lifestyle, that economically you can't be in certain places and spaces, because yes, it costs to be traveling up and down the highways and to, because I had to go buy flowers and stuff in order to give them, to show my appreciation. And this is where we killed the animal sacrifices that were done here on the other side of this tomb. All of that stuff is what strengthens me as a spiritual man in these ATRs. And the reason why I'm pointing out that nobody is going to hold your hand is, at some point, you don't need an alert that you need gas. At some point, you looking at your life, you're looking at your reality. Stepping your spirituality up is always and will always be for your personal benefit. Can I say this again? The fact that I'm going to millionaire status, the fact that I am endeavoring to go from 10, because I have to do this spell this week while I'm off, going from 10,000 to 100,000 to a million. And so therefore, I want to line up all of my spirits. And I did offer them, like I said, and I talked to my members of my church all about this. I always start my members first, no matter how they treat me, how they handle me. Some of them do better by me than others, but I always start with them, because charity starts at home. A lot of things that in life you don't do because you feel how somebody has handled you or treated you. Always do things the right way, no matter how people handle you. Let how they handle you be on between them and God and spirit. But you do the right thing by people, places, and things. Okay? That's something I believe in. My mom used to say all the time, you start out wrong, you're going to end up wrong. So before I get ready to do this for millionaire status, I'm going to come here, because these people are going to get out their grave, and these people are going to help me with this spell. So the very least I can do, since I'm already in the city, is to come here and give them some liquor and give them some honor, some love, some thank you, gratitude, before you put people to work. You know what I'm saying? People able to, the Bible says, muzzle not the ox that treadeth out the corn. All of these things are essential to certain men, especially melanated people, to your actual ascension, to your growth and your development. And it doesn't matter what you involved in. So after offering this to my congregation, I said, if you want to participate in this millionaire spell, it's $1,000, right? I got it's probably tomorrow because I got to go get pumpkins. I got this stuff, so I got to get pumpkins because I'm also involving Oshun in this. So I wanted to give them the first opportunity. Then I offered it to my tribe. I'm gonna say this again: anything that I offer, anything that I suggest is not mandatory. Sir and ma'am, you don't have to do anything. All I'm doing is, if this resonates with you, if this is something you want to invest in and be a part of because of your what your desire to be economically, because I'm involving money because I want to manifest. So what I'm gonna explain again, what I mean by not holding your hand is, people should not have to reiterate stuff over and over and over and over again. You know, just like they're doing with the voting. It's so sad that out of all of the stuff that people had to go through to become to vote, that you got to tell black people over and over and over and over, and people where voting affects to vote and to how to vote and to explain to them why they should vote. Like the level of the surrogates got to go to convince black people to vote for Kamala Harris, in my humble opinion, y'all, is absurd. To make daylight between Kamala Harris and Trump, it's asinine, in my opinion. But they got to do what they got to do. So what I'm trying to get people to do is to learn how to be proactive on their own. How to call up, just like I do with my Padrino. A lot of the stuff that I get done, he's never suggested those things. He only suggested which direction I needed to go because I asked certain questions. I'm like, the reason I'm saying this because it's like, you see me growing, you see me developing, you see me accomplishing things. That's not because my Padrino or my Madrina or my Oba is telling me to do these things. This is me taking the initiative because I've studied to show myself approved, a workman that need not to be made ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. I know what I'm trying to accomplish. I know what I'm trying to do. And so therefore, he don't have to hold my hand in Ocha and Santeria. He didn't have to tell me, I knew where I got initiated at. I knew all of the spirits that were a part of that initiation. And I know how to work the cemetery. I know how to work with the Egum. And I know that these spirits are a part of my help. And wisdom says, give honor to whom honor is due. So I was a blessing to my Padrino, but it was really about Obatala. I want to teach melanated people how to support melanated people for the office that they hold, for what they represent, rather than whether you like or dislike somebody. Don't allow your feelings to determine how you benefit from the ache or the energy or the frequency or the vibrations of a said man in a particular tradition or religion or position in life. Get what God got for you through the channels that are being provided for you. If you cannot afford something, it's just like anything else in life. You miss out. It's just that simple. If you can't afford a certain type of house, you just don't live in it. You can't afford a certain type of car, you just don't drive it. It's really simple. Don't would I love for my tribe and my church saints to support me in this? Absolutely. Why wouldn't I? But I don't want anybody to, because I'm on a mission. I'm just being straight up. I'm on a mission. And I got to get where I got to get. And so therefore ain't nobody to do it for me. Padrino Michael is not going to do it for me. Oba's not going to do it for me. I have to create the wherewithal or what I have need of. I'm a very, very proactive individual. What's up there, my Renee, my 69? Ooh, it's 50 degrees cold where you at. Well, I'm going to show you what I'm wearing. I got on shorts where I'm at. I don't know what the temperature is out here. But the sun is high. Ooh, y'all, it's cold. Now, my house is cold. I normally like it cold, but that's curl. I normally keep it around 60. But I say all these things is because there are very few people out there like me that's going to be sharing this kind of information, giving you this kind of heads up. And sometimes many of you guys don't realize how important it is when you text me and stuff, because I'm a Sagittarius, and it's very easy for me to feel unappreciated because I know that a lot of things that I do on this platform I don't have to do. The things that I offer, and I say this over and over to all of you all that don't know what it really costs to do graveyard work. Most of the graveyard work at the bare minimum is $15,000. If a real conjurer of the cemetery is doing work for you in any of these religions and they're not charging you a certain, they're not working for you. It's costly because of you're dealing with death, you're dealing with you're trading energy in the cemetery. It's very dangerous work, and $1,000 would be I mean, the people that train me would not even, you couldn't sit in their office. You couldn't sit in their office. And I'm only doing what I'm doing because of melanated. I realize there are people out here can't afford, but there are people out here can afford my services straight out. You know, I've told you guys about the work that needed to be getting one of my relatives out of jail. It was $150,000, not $1,500, not $15,000, $150,000, and they had the money and they were gonna pay it. It takes real money to do what I learned to do, what I was taught to do. And yes, it does not feel good when some people are like, because they gave $2,000 or $3,000 or for, like, you still getting the best deal from one of God's chosen vessels, somebody that is actually genuinely cares about people out here. And a lot of times when people, you know, you guys send for my food or stuff like that, that stuff matters to me because it shows that you care about me on a personal level. And that's why I call it out and I say things of thank you and I appreciate stuff like that, because I'm already not making what I could be making out here. You know, my Padrino, like, they keep trying, like, they want me to crown people. Like, I can be making bigger money than what I'm making, but they want me to be crowning other ethnics, if you catch my drift, you know. And I said I'm going to be here for melanated people, and give melanated people a fair shot at real power, real knowledge, real understanding. And that's whether you in the church, out of the church, whether you an initiate or non-initiate. I have created so many different ways of getting melanated people an opportunity to experience. So therefore, you have an opportunity to say, okay, this is, you know, voodoo is real, or Obi is real, or conjure is real, or, you know, Santeria is real, or there is really an Ochosi. So these are the things that is very, very important to me. I've never said that the other religions do not cost. What I did say is that Haitian voodoo, Santeria, and Santeria is the most costly of the traditions. But all of the religions, every facet of them costs money. And without resources, You're not going to be, and this is what's happening with even with Kamala Harris, trying to give black people a shake. You've been complaining about the unfairness. You've been complaining about the racism. Well, we don't have the luxury of turning down and missing out on certain things. Now, I brought my Egun stick because my Egun stick with my ancestor, and because I'm going to be doing ceremonial work, I wanted her to bless my Egun stick. So I brought my Egun stick to her house. Each one of these cemetery plots is a house. Each one of them are a door. I'm not just walking up to a random spirit and asking for its blessing. This spirit has been introduced. This spirit, Obi was thrown, divination was done, and this spirit agreed to work with me and be my principal spirit. And so wisdom tells me to go to my principal spirit in the cemetery, the head spirits of this cemetery, I already talked to them as well, and to bless my Egun stick. So when I'm doing work for you guys, I'm as strong as I need to be in order to do manifestation work. I'm about to be moving to cooler temperatures. Demetria, where you going? Where you going? So these are the things that are essential for growth and development. These are the things that are important to understand, that people are not going to be holding your hand, especially when somebody has really taught, shared, giving you a roadmap, so to speak, of how to get stuff done. What's up, I love your words of wisdom. Thank you so much, Red. My Boaz is now Pisces. But let me tell y'all something. You're only going to go so far without certain people pulling you up. My grandma used to say, sometimes it ain't what you know, it's who you know. I'm going to say it again. And I want this to sink into all of you that want to practice this on a professional level. A lot of times, it's not what you know, it's who you know. Okay? When you are in contact with people that have connections, they make stuff happen to you, for you, and with you on a whole nother level that you couldn't do for yourself. My son talks about 50 Cent and his relationship to Eminem. And the thing that 50 Cent said is that Eminem did something for him that he could never do for himself. Neither could he ever repay him for what he did. And so when you have that kind of wisdom to understand that I could never repay this person for what they have done for me, but what I can do, and this is why he says that he will always show respect to Eminem. He said nobody else did what Eminem did for his career. Nobody took out the time to invest in him. Nobody did. So everybody relationship with people are very different. And when you're dealing with somebody that understands, if it was not for that individual, if it wasn't for that particular, that's why I would never disrespect or dishonor Haitian Voodoo, because of all of the things that the Loa have done for me. There's no way, I don't care what I grow through and become in Santeria or Lukumi, or what I become in Palo, nothing trumps Haitian Voodoo. A lot of y'all don't know how, like, yes, you may be introduced to other people, other mothers, other fathers, but nobody, and I tell people all the time, you don't come before my mother, my biological mother, and you don't come before my biological father. And I have mothers and fathers in the gospel. I have mother and fathers in Ifa or Voodoo or Santeria or any other ATR. That's all, that's fine. But I am never going to dishonor or disrespect the foundation by which I exist. And that's just wisdom, y'all. Grow all you want, be all you can be, but never overlook. That's why I didn't start with here. I started with who started with me. And then I worked my way up the ladder of all the people that I met because of them. You see what I'm saying? I met this particular spirit because of my Padrino and my Oba. But I met my first spirit because of the divine, because I was born. You understand? That's why he comes first. My Lord, Connecticut. Ooh, my Lord, good God, Jesus. You going for the cold. My Lord, my spirit, he come first. He been there the whole time. That's why even Bablu Aye, he come first. He been there the whole time. When I was knee-high to duck's booty, these spirits were there. Before I learned spells, before I learned conjure, before I learned the rebuke, before I learned the reverse, before I learned any of that, they were there guarding and looking out for me. That's all I'm trying to tell y'all. Protocol. And every spirit understands that. Every spirit knows when to step back. When my other spirits show up, my other spirits stand back. They still there, but they stand back, allow those that the first ones get first dibs. Just like Eligba, Eshu get first dibs, Papa Legba get first dibs, Metkafu get first dibs. Same concept. Never overstep hierarchy, protocol. These are the things that are necessary for your growth, your development, and your personal protection. Take advantage of the knowledge that I am sharing. Because the time will come where I'm just like, I'm going to be too busy to be doing all of these other stuff. Now that while you got me and I can do what I can do for you, baby, take advantage of it. I'm begging you. Because when the day comes, you're not going to be able to afford me. I already know. Because some of you guys, I would have been changed some of my prices on my incense, but I keep them down there because of melanated people. Like, if it's all about money, I'll be trying to get every dime, nickel, and penny I could. And anybody that know what I can really generate, they know I'm not out here for every nickel and dime. That's not me. But I also can't be a fool. I also can't be spending I spent over $200,000 in all of this stuff. That's including of Minister Mario and everything he needed and myself. Like, I'm giving you the real. I'm being honest. I'm being direct. I'm being upfront. But you cannot not know that this stuff and these workings cost exceedingly above what you're donating. Please understand that. Know that what I'm doing right now for my tribe, I'm out here in the cemetery. For all of you that got graveyard work, what I'm doing is going to change your life for the better. It is important that you understand. Never, what the song says, it's when a man thinks he paid too much for what he got. When a man thinks he paid too much for what he's got. When you think you, and some of you not going to get an opportunity to find another one like me. This going to be like a Halley's Comet to you. This going to be a Halley's Comet every 60 years. This is a one in a lifetime opportunity. But what you would not be able to tell the divine or your Egun, which is your ancestors, that you didn't have an opportunity. You played with it. You messed over it. You made other decisions. You made other things more important. That's why the parable about Mary and Martha is so significant to melanated people, because Martha thought what was important at that time was about the cooking and the cleaning. When Mary understood the mission and she was parked at the foot of the Messiah. Because how many opportunities are you going to get in a lifetime to have the Messiah come and sit in your house and you're able to learn of him, from him, at his feet? You understand that? If you understand that whether it's me or somebody else out there that doing the justice for the ATRs or the black arts, it's important. I thank God and I thank spirits that I learned from the people that I learned from. And I'm going to say this to you. I really thought I appreciated them when I was younger because of what I was able to do. But I appreciate them now that I'm older because of who I become. Did you understand? When I was younger, it was about what they taught me for what I was able to do. When I got older, I realized I'm grateful and thankful to them because of what I have become. Your life, your reality is going to change if you take these teachings. How you address magic, how you address energy, how you address people, places, and things will forever change you, and you become something that without that teaching, you would have never became. Hello. Okay, I can hear you. Let me tell y'all something. What I'm doing costs me a lot mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And I always tell you guys about putting a worthy offering on the altar. But this is going to yield so many changes for melanated people. And so therefore I go through it. Because that's a part of my mission, a part of my soul destiny. But I also know what's not going to be readily available. And you don't want, for any reason, to miss out on something that you're not going to see again. You will see another Tata, you will see another Mumbo, you will see another preacher, another pastor, another apostle, a chief. You will see all those things again, but it will not be me. You understand? Just like he said with Moses, there'll never be another one. Just like he said with Solomon, there will never be another one. I'm one of a kind. And I know this to be true. Go through social media and look from preachers, from spiritualists, from conjurers, from necromancy, from just people on social media, period. It speaks for itself. I want to encourage you to take our time to really listen to what I'm saying today. Because the time gonna come, nobody gonna hold your hand, and you're gonna be expecting certain things, and you're gonna be grossly disappointed. You don't want to go back to the days where you just spending money and ain't seeing no results. Just like sitting in the church, you doing all that praying and ain't seeing no results. You don't want to go back to the days of just begging for healing and dying in your sickness. You want to see signs, wonders, and miracles. You don't want to go back to the days getting divination done and nothing changes. You're no more clear when you got the reading than after you got the reading. You see what I'm saying? And all of that, just like she talking about, it matters who's in office. It matters that somebody like me that thinks the way that I think and feel the way I feel about melanated people is in the position that he is in. I can't even guarantee y'all that my kids, because my kids don't even sound like me. They don't feel that way. They don't feel that way about the church. They don't feel that way about people, because they've seen a lot of stuff that people did to me. You know, even though it was not done to them, but they took personal issues with that. You know, my sister don't go to church because of things she's unseen. People have all kind of reasons how they've been affected, because I am the loved one to all these people, but I also tell them about all of the good that people also do and support me. So you got to try to create a balance. And one of the things I want to deposit in melanated people is understanding what real opportunity is. Real opportunity. It's not, they are not even close to you, Apostle. Thank you, Demetrius. I'm 51, about to be 52. And the older I get, the more scary it gets, because I'm listening to pastors, they don't care. I'm listening to prophets, they don't care. I'm listening at Mambos, who gone. I'm listening to a lot of people that doing work for people, and their mindset, they don't care. It's gonna be without certain people out here doing conjure, because energy, how a person think about you matters. And it just, we not realize we don't have the luxury. You know, I got cauldrons, I got Orishas, I got Loas, I got Voodoo, and I'm out here fighting. I speak so loud for black women. I speak so loud for black men. I speak so loud for the elderly. I speak so loud about children. I speak so loud about the truth of history. I got completely restricted, shut down today because I was telling nothing but unadulterated, unapologetic truth. And I knew when I came out of my mouth as a Sagittarius that I wasn't shocked. I thought they were going to give me a warning first. They didn't even warn me they were going to shut my live down, because before they would warn me. But what I was spitting out there today about my Latino brothers and sisters and about this real history when it comes down to this, baby, boom. They said you come back on election day, November the 5th. But I know they heard me. I know they heard me. And so doing what I do, I have to protect myself from people in the church. I got to protect myself from people that are in voodoo. I have to protect myself from people that practice the black arts and Kabbalah, because the truth that I share with melanated people, they make money off your ignorance. They make money out of your confusion. They make money off of you not having your own identity. So therefore, in a sense, I'm messing with their money. The facts that I spit, you agree to them, but I'm shedding light in areas that allow you to make better decisions that could have cost you more money if you did not have. And they could have been making that money off of you. My wealth comes from the truth. My wealth comes from transparency. My success comes from actually illuminating people. And so I don't make my money like they make their money. So that's why I become a threat. What's up, my Trirana? Thank you so much for taking care of Shango so I can actually be out here doing what I'm doing. And I want to thank each and every one of you guys that, not just for the products and services that you support, that when you take out your time just to make sure I got gas money, to make sure that I'm eating, just the videos that some of you guys send to me. I don't always check my email or my text message right away, but eventually I do. And I'm telling you, it means a lot to me. And so I want to say thank you to each and every one of you guys, how you guys support me on TikTok, Instagram, any of my social media platforms. And to my church family and Sister Tree that helping me out, with Shango is a big deal, because I could not be actually doing all of this if you weren't looking out for my dog. So I appreciate you for that. I figured if you could sleep with a dog, you can watch a dog, Anyway, so I just want to say thank you. And to each and every Mother Susan, and a conversation I had with my son and all that. To all of y'all, my tribe, my saints, my Patreon, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. This ain't no easy work. It's very draining, very challenging, but many of you guys make it worth it for me to keep going at it, fighting at it. I've never had a cold this long. I mean, this strand of COVID is like, it ain't put me down where I'm not able to work and function, but I have so many people in the hospital behind this same thing, and God still got me out here. I'm able to breathe and do all these other things. So I'm fighting through all of this, and I want to say thank you. I want to say I appreciate you. But this is what it is. So this is where I am at today. To all of you, I want to chime in, invest in your graveyard work. This is where some of the power comes from. And from her behind me. Not him. My other spirit is right here, but her. That's my presiding spirit. These spirits help me bring to pass the stuff that you guys are asking me to do for you. So I want to show some respect to them today. All right. I hope this helps. I hope this. Don't forget to hit that like button, the shares, the super chats, everything, anything and all things that you can do to help support Apostle Ely on this journey. I would greatly appreciate it. No Zelle, no PayPal, no Cash App is too small or too big, that I won't be grateful and thankful for. So thank you so very, very much. Love y'all, and I'll see y'all on the flip. God bless.